Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. All our videos are for educational purposes only, and you're very welcome to follow any of our automated trading signal. Please be careful. Make sure you do enough training on a sim before you are using a real money. Our official time is always 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, but we promise that when we have a free time, we start earlier, around 8, 8:30 or 9 o'clock. So our official time is 10 o'clock, but if we have a free time, we start a bit early. For the ones just follow us, we have an automated trade based on those signals in the market analyzer. You follow the signals, same thing on the forex, and then we will be covering some of the swing automated trade and some other automated trade we have. We have around 13 automated trade. We cannot cover all of them, but we try to use two or three of them every day. As we said, is a 10 o'clock our official time, and you're very welcome to pick up a new signals when it comes. And then if I see anything good, I will let you know. From now till 10 o'clock, I will be in a silent mood. But if I see anything, I will go ahead and highlight that for you. You're very welcome, and we wish every trader best luck. Thank you. Okay, this is we started the auto trades just the same time we open for webinar today, and this is the first trade. This is very nice move on the CL. I think this week the CL crossed over 10,000. Beautiful, beautiful entry on the CL, and we'll see what will happen. Let me show you how you can maximize your profit on an auto trade if you like to, or leave it as is. As we look at the technical point of view here, the CL, I mean, it hit the target, and then you have the reversal and hit target one. Then those reversals, they're not repaint reversals, which you can see it, you maximized at 51.88. And if this CL crossed this 52.22, there is no use to stay on that trade. You can override it by closing position if you want to. So this is a very good start this morning on the CL, Nasdaq, and even ES. This is very interesting on the ES. We all started the same time we started the webinar, and I took a small trade on the short, covered it right away, and then turn around and I go for a long trade. And this is nice. This is really nice. So for the last 2 3 days, we have some numbers. They are really high, and I think the party is over with this downside. So let's see what will happen today. It looked like we are going to have a positive opening. For the ones that are not familiar with the system, the entry price are not a just one-time deal. If the market pull back from the entry price, you can go back and put the same entry price. So the entry price is a key. Is not A beautiful, beautiful trend and beautiful start. Absolutely a beautiful start. It's 9:12. If you are in a trade, if you are in a trade at 9:30, you can stay on a trade. If you're not on a trade or you need to flatten out everything, but you should not take a trade at 9:30. You need to be calm till 9:30, 9:40, 9:45, till this market calm down, and then you can start taking the trade. Our official time is 10 o'clock, and we're trying to provide a good service. And sometimes we open 1 hour, 2 hours before, but we are like anybody else. Sometimes we have a personal problem, families, children's support. So we cannot be 24 hours dedicated behind the computer. So we hope everybody with the right mind can understand that. So on the ES, we have this, we told you small trade, and now we are going the opposite direction. And the YM also decided to take in a trade. So right now we are, before we even started, we are practically 1,000, 2,000, around $2,400 with those auto trades immediately. For the news today, we have some news. 9:45, 10 o'clock, low and a high at 10 o'clock. the manufacturing, but this is the only high we have. We have a medium, that's okay, but the only news we have, a high news, is at 10 o'clock. So we will look for this news at 10 o'clock, or we flatten out everything before 10 o'clock. We will see how this market is moving, and then we will be taking action on that. A positive opening, absolutely positive opening today. And as I said, guys, when you see the buy entry, you see the number, those are not one-time deal. If the market pull back below those re-entry number, and then like this one here, you can always reuse the entry signal again and again, as long as whatever you need. So if we have a new signal and the market did go against you, you don't need to drag more than 10, 15 ticks. You can close position, and then you can put a limited order on the same number entry in case if there is a pullback like this one happened on the ES, which is not unusual in the market. So you can, on the pullback, you can dump it, and then when the market goes back and recover, then you can re-enter the market. Or if this market decide to go further down, then you can take the new signal. So either way, you can always re-enter the signal entry. Let's look at the Nasdaq. It happened. This one a day before yesterday is the same situation today. If we look at the ES, we have a major resistant area here, and this one here is a major resistant area. It's causing this market to pull back. A very strong momentum, and let's see, it's 918, and most likely we are able to break this resistance line. It is a positive opening, and it is a matter of time before we can break those resistance line. So that's what is causing this market to drop back. And this is your re-entry point, 7558.50. This is the re-entry point at the moment, and it is 920. If you are in a trade, that's very good. But at 930, either flatten out everything, or 929, wait 10 minutes, the market calm down, and then you can start fresh again. If you are in a trade and you believe this market is going further, then just keep your eye on it close and tighten up your trailing stop or stop loss. Thank you. the new signal on the 30-year Treasury bond, as we see it, there is a new sell signal on the 30-year Treasury bond. That is going to push the market up. So now if we look at the 30-year Treasury bond, is to the sell position, ES buy position, NASDAQ the buy position, YM is going to react immediately on those. And probably we will be breaking those area before even the markets open. So those areas on the NASDAQ and ES, they are extremely important because if we break it, we will have a trend in market. If we're not able to break this area here, we are diving into a heavy chop, nasty market. So very important to break those area for us today. And I don't see any sell positions on the ES. So we are hoping that ES, NASDAQ, break those level here and break those level here. Then we have a trend in market today. And if we are not breaking them, get ready for a very heavy chop market. So for the auto traders, before you activate your auto trade, if you are an early one, like what we have done at 8 o'clock when I came in, I activate the auto trades. If you are in a position, that's fine. But if you're thinking about activating an auto trade at 9:30, wait till we see if this market going to trend today or we are going to take a dive. I don't see any short trades on the ES. The ES is not going to break the 28.8250 very easy. Plus, you have 83.50, 82.50. This is you need to mark on your chart. Those are not the breakable levels. I mean, it require a lot of sell in position or somebody tweet with the news that might break it immediately. But on a normal basic like this, it's not going to be those levels. They're not going to be broken easily, not unless if there is a news. Then the market will break him and cut through those lines like a knife. But at the moment, there is no short position on the ES. Anything below 83.50, this is support line, and 82.75, 82.50, those are major support area, and we need to break those, and they're not gonna be broken easy, those. So now we are 9:25, and it is a matter guessing game here that we need to break those level here, 86.75. And the most important on the NASDAQ, we need to see this bar close above the 7,569. And now, if you wanted to be a little bit aggressive on the NASDAQ, you can put a limited order at 75.70. Be on a sim. We're not responsible for your live trade, because if this NASDAQ could break the 75.70, we are going directly to the 74.75. Final destination, final target, it is 75, 79, 75. So this is a really crucial to see those levels been crossed. So on the situation here, on the situation when you have a NASDAQ on an auto trade, you already breaking in less than a few minutes, $500. It is a game you're playing here, 9:26, and maybe you need to close position. If you decide not to close position, you can be losing those $400 when the market going fast to the downside, or you're gonna wind up with $1,000. So this is a game where you need to make a decision whether dump it, take your profit, protect your profit, or you are on a long haul for a longer position. So being aggressive sometimes in the market is gonna fire back at you. It's up to you what you want to do with it. 3 minutes for opening, and could be within a minute everything changed, guys. So be careful. There we go. We are in a very fine line between getting a chop or a trending day today. So now it's 9:29. We need to see the ES breaking this level. We need to see the Nasdaq close above the 70 level, and I think we should be. There we go. The market is going the other. We'll see. Wait for a minute and let's see what happens. You see, guys, what I said. This one here, the 82 50 was a very critical support. And what we only got the wick to the projection. And what happened really is the 82.75 has hold. And this is a typical, this drop, it just putting everybody out of their miserable trade. And now they turn around and they fly with it. And the results are obvious. Welcome to trading. Now we have a trend in market. Now when the YM get a new signal, it will be the true signal here. Buy at 26,046. And now the YM go into the same direction as the ES and NASDAQ. And this is really fast market, extremely fast. If you don't like this fast market, just wait. We can always catch a trend on the pullback re-entry. Came right in line, double resistance, 90.75 and 28.91. And look at this, the re-entry point on the ES today is extremely high. It's 29.8275 re-entry short on that one. This is amazing number, and I'm very interested to see if this ES gonna break this 28.9275 or is gonna die out on this double resistance. Very interesting one. Beautiful trade, Charles. Beautiful trade. Charles, you gotta wait and look. You have this double resistance here. Either that ES is gonna die out from here or from the 28 92.75. This is very interesting to see how strong. On the pullback re-entry is going to be around the 28.85.75. This is the pullback re-entry. Let's look at the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq is finished. If the Nasdaq want to move a little bit higher on that, it will be 75.88. But the Nasdaq is finished, is over. A reversal. The pullback re-entry on the Nasdaq is 75.660. 75.66. This is the pullback re-entry. There is no way this Nasdaq able to break this number easily. And on the pullback, let me take this one out. The ES is coming on the re-entry 28.86 level. This is the re-entry. If it's gonna break that re-entry, then it's done with this ES. This is the re-entry level on the ES. Let's see if it's gonna hold. As you see, the ES stop at 86 level. This is what we were expecting, re-entry from that level. Right to the tick. The same thing here. Those re-entry, you gotta be careful with it. Sometimes it can be 5 ticks, sometimes it can be 10 ticks, sometimes it can be 100 tick. But those are re-entries. So don't even think about short at the moment. And as we see, this is a technical area. It's the 86 level and 64.50 level right now. They are very technical, so you don't do anything except pullback re-entry. So they're either gonna hold or break those lines. On the YM, we are about to get a short signal, but do not take any trade on the YM until we see what's going on the ES and Nasdaq. Wait on the YM signal. Do not jump on the signal until we see where we are going with the Nasdaq and ES, please. For the guys who are thinking short, there is no short, guys. There is no short right now. For the ES trader, if you want to take a short, don't even think about it until this ES gets to the 28.82. All this mess right there, as I said before the markets open, I hope we're not going to come to those area here, because that is going to cause chop. And it's going to be very nasty area to trade from. So right now you have to think on the Nasdaq and an ES, a pullback re-entry, until we break those levels. As long as we don't break those levels, there is no short. You need to snap out of those out of date indicators, MACDs and ATRs and all this nonsense, because we are trading levels, we are trading fibs, we are trading the highs and the lows, and so before we can decide to take a short, we have to let this market letting us know, hey, I'm here, I broke all those area, so now you're allowed to take a short. But anything above that number, the 82, don't even think about taking a short. You need to think about pullback re-entry, long. And as you see, exactly as expected, those level, and now the market fell to break those areas here. So now the ES is gonna go try to break this 90 level. That's why I said this is very interested to see what will happen with the ES. And when it fell on the 28.90, that didn't leave that much room for the ES to trying to find an area to exit from. And here is the area 84.50 and the 28.90.75. Those are the range on the ES right now, the highs and the lows. So we need to see a breakout somewhere, either go below the 82, or if this market is wanted to go trend, we need to also break the 90.75 if you wanted to see the ES trending. Could be the trend can get all the way to the 95 level before 12 o'clock. So right now, as what we expected before we started the markets open, if we are dropping, we are looking for a very nasty chop, and this is exactly where you are. So for those guys trying to auto trade, if you are in a trade, that's very fine. If you are in a good position, that's very fine. But do not, again, doesn't matter where this auto trade coming from, whether it's from us or somebody else. You gotta be careful not to trade the auto trade. You gotta wait. Now it's 9:45. Maybe you need to wait another 5-10 minutes before you start your auto trade. Those 5-10 minutes could be total different results within an hour. You can be hitting maximum losses or you can hit the maximum profit. So you gotta be careful how to manage when to start the auto trade and when not to start auto trade. So as we see right now, we're going back to retest the 28.90.75. And if we break it, this is very good news. If not, that's mean we are going to be sitting on those range, 28.90.75. And then it's going to keep going back to the 28.84.50. And that can drive any trader crazy. So, and can drive any automated to trade crazy as well. So right now, we need to see some crossing this 28.90. That's mean we are on a very good trend in market. For the CL, there is a long way from home to go long on the CL. I'm expecting, let me show you, for the CL traders, we have a very good potential for a re-entry around 52.03. And then we have a re-entry, the system is calculating 52.24. So you are a long way from home to go long on the CL, and probably the CL is not able to break those 54.24. So you still need to think short on the CL until we break those floor and fibs and the 52.24. So this is not looking good for the CL trader to go long at the moment. It's too early to go long. Plus, um, what happened here, we hit an early target 2, profit taken, on a target 2, come into target 1. As I said yesterday and the day before yesterday, once you hit the target 2 on the CL, it's going to go back to target 1, and most likely it's going to stay in between those for the next half an hour. And as you see right now, we hit the target 1, and that is going to cause a problem here for the next half an hour or 20 minutes. So on the CL, sorry guys, there is no long trade at the moment. Absolutely, there is no long trade. For those auto trade, we keep our eye on them. The YM stayed on that trend with the auto trade, and on the Nasdaq also stayed on that trade. And this is what is nice about this auto trade. This auto trade is not based on a trailing stop, a dummy trailing stop. I'm very much against a dummy trailing stop. If this auto trade is still thinking there is a long position, it's going to stay on the long position. It's not going to react to pullback re-entry. We have different auto trades. You can put targets and the trailing stop and stop loss. But on that swing trading, the purpose for it is a swing trading to stay on the trend until suck the last tick out of that trend, because this is where is your money, to stay on the trend. So on those ones here, on the swing trading, we're not interested in making 5 and 10 ticks. This is a typical swing trading. It's going to stay on that trend until the trend is over. It's not going to close position if the calculation on that system still thinking long. It will not close position. So that's why you see this one here is very elastic auto trade. It's going to stay with the trend. And what is nice about it, when you see the right number to close your number, you can, within a millisecond, push the button on it and you say, I am done for today, close position, I am not interested anymore. And you can override the auto trade, or you can override that trade. And now if we close position, it's not going to take trades anymore because it already hit the target. All of them, those auto trades, are on a $500 target. But the way we made it as an example, I mean, why you want to close $500 when the market is trending to your direction? So all of them, they are on a $500 daily target. Here what it is, whether on those here right now, you are on a $300 daily target or $500 daily target, they are getting the same money. Why? We design it, if the market trended to your direction, the auto trade is not going to close until that direction is changing. So whether you have it on a daily basis, target $300 or $500, if this market is trending, it's going to stay on that trend and it's going to be the same money. And if the market, there is a lot of a chop and you nail the 300, and then the auto trade will close at 300. So if the market is trending, there is no stopping for that auto trade to keep rallying with it until the long position is over. So this is how it is. Higher risk, lower risk, more rewards. So that's how it is right now on the swing trading. On the other auto trades, the institutional auto trade, or the reversal, or the other ones we have, the next generation auto trade, those are, you can put target 1, 10 ticks, second target 30 ticks, fourth target 75 ticks, and you can use a dummy trend and stop, and you can use a daily target. So it depends how much you want to do in this market. Each one of us trade differently. I like it, the idea that if a market trending, as you see for the last couple of 3 days, those every day this auto trades was spitting out over $10,000. And on a day like today, if it's not going to make money, I will not cry over it, because it cannot auto trade make money every day. No, sir. But Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but we have to win more than we lose. And on a day like today, I'm not expecting to nail it like yesterday. We had over 1,500 ticks into the profit based on one contract. So if you see 700 or 500 or $1,000, you say, okay, I'm done here. You know, you can do that. You know, I prefer for you to do that than to stay all day long in the market because you're gonna wind up losing. Staying in the market all day long, auto trading all day long, you're gonna wind up losing. Okay, enough of those auto trades. Let's go to the technical side on those one here. As we said, the market came down here and it was as expected. And now the market has tried to test the 28.9075 and the the ES has fell to break the 28.9075. So we go back exactly what I have said before the markets open. If we're not breaking those levels, we're gonna probably face some volatility, and this is exactly what happened on the Nasdaq. If you go back to the video, this is exactly what is happening. Is going back to the re-entry point, and now the ES has fell to break this level. So now we are caught between this projection 84.50 and the resistance at 28.9075. So this is where's the range on the ES, and you gotta be careful with it. Well, I wasn't sure if the microphone was on, but I was trying to say, guys, when the market is going fast, sometimes your Ninja Trader lags, and when the Ninja Trader lags, sometimes you will have a problem closing positions, even on a stop loss. And by the time your auto trade trying to react to a number like what we have seen here will not have enough time to close positions sometimes. So that's why we are saying you should not trade auto trade and go to sleep or leave the auto trade alone. If you wanted to trade overnight, you can have $1,000 on one micro account by itself. Will not have an impact on your major account. So if something happened overnight, you sleep in, there is nothing to cry over. But the whole Ninja Trader platform will lag on a very fast market, and nothing will work anymore. Your indicators start lagging, your auto trades start lagging, and sometimes it can crash your Ninja Trader. It's very normal on the platform. I'm not trying to scare you, but on a days like this, sometimes if the market reacted fast, like what we have seen, can be nasty sometimes. The way it dropped less than 1 second from 91.75 on the bad news, all the way down to the 28.65 within less than a second. So for the Ninja Trader platform to react this a huge drop from 91 to 65 on the ES, this is really serious business. This is very good question. One of the members asking, in cases like this, if you are auto trading and like what happened today, it dropped from 28.91.50 to the 28.64 within second. And sometimes on those cases here, sometimes auto trade cannot close position. How we can approach this one for safety? This is a very good technical question, and this is very good question. As you see, we have an auto trade working, and it is calculating to change direction. Once the market changes in direction, you have a stop loss. On the other auto trade, you have a hard stop loss with a dummy trailing stop, so you are safe on those. But in case of this one here, because what I want to do is stay with the trend, you can activate a buy stop loss. It's not gonna disturb the auto trade, and you can override the auto trade by putting levels, and then even if this market going very fast, that will stop you out because you are putting it ahead of time, and you have plenty time. Your order is there. So on those cases, the auto trade is still active. The auto trade is still active, and is going to close by itself. But once the auto trade take one of them out, it will disarm the auto trade, and you gotta close the second one manually. So on those cases, you can do that. Or if you are trying to secure a profit on your auto trade and you don't know if it's gonna go farther or not, you can secure your profit by putting with your zone level or whatever you like. And then if this market fixing to go back, that will be get filled and you close your auto trade. But the minute the auto trade hit one of them, is gonna go immediately disarming the auto trade immediately. So you need to continue trading it manually. So if this auto trade go back to this level here, you got filled, you still have one trade in the market, and you better keep the second one, because now you disarm the auto trade and you can close it manually. So you can take over this way, or you can disarm it from the Ninja Control Center, or you can close position. If there is anything panic button, you can always close position on the panic button. On a very fast moving market, you will have, like what happened here, you're gonna have a huge slippage in there, and probably you will not catch the trend. You will not catch to stop it. So for safety, you can do that. You can put whatever you want if you want to, and don't forget to remove it once this close position. Once the auto trade close position, you can remove it if you want to. So I'm gonna show it to you right now. We're gonna take one in here and one in here, and then if this market going to hit this one here, is gonna disarm the auto trade. So if one of our members have the zone on the auto trades, then you can put them on the zone or support or resistance. And let's watch this one here. The minute is going to hit this stop loss, is going to disarm the auto trade. So I'm going to leave it showing it to you. Guys, we're about to have a long signal on the Nasdaq and an ES. Please do not follow those signals. Let me show you. It's very straightforward here. This is no go for a long. This is a no go for a long. And this one here, no go for a long. Do not follow those new signals coming up. Do not follow those signals coming up. It's a disaster here. Let it be. Do not take long signal. Do not take long signal. The auto trade taking a long signal and is going to fail. Do not take a long signal. It's going to fail. Okay, as you see right now on the CL, what I explained to you, if we are going to hit the 5162, your auto trade is going to be deactivated. Very nice trade, Rigo. Live trade. And as you see, now the signal starts sinking and fell the ES to break all those levels, and the Nasdaq fell to break those levels. That's why I didn't want you to take a trade long. Uh, it's not. We had a beautiful runs the last couple of 3 days, and today we are caught in a lot of volatility and a chop market, and nothing we can do. And that's why I didn't want you to take those trades, um, because they're not gonna last, and they're gonna go back down. No, Charles, the CL, as what I told you before, is going to be a re-entry, and it did. We had a re-entry, and I don't see the CL is gonna go over the 51.54, and then you have the re-entry. Look how high it is, 51.74. So the only direction I see on the CL is a re-entry at 51.53. 50, but let's see what happened now. But there is no long on the CL, my friend. We have a long on the CL and is 51.59, target 52.07. Be careful, there is a we have a re-entry short at 54.74. Be careful with that number. I want to stay on this one. It's very easy. There is two options you can do. You can close position on a panic button or close position on the maximize profit, whatever you want. Or if you want to override the auto trade, you can override the auto trade and put the stop loss in there. And then once the market hit your stop loss, if you want to override the auto trade, that will be deactivating your auto trade. I think we are about to close the CL, and let me show it to you how it works. Okay, we took the one trade. We took one trade. You can do that and has not deactivated. It's amazing. Let's try to do that one more time. Still on. Did not activate. Did not deactivate. No, did not deactivate. So this is very good. It's still working even if you interfere with one stop loss. I'm gonna push it down a little bit to see if we can close this one. Is about to close position on this one. Okay, it's done. And what is nice about it, I did not know that, but what is nice about it, it's still working. And you close position, and now it's done. Just for the safety, you can go right click on the chart, reload, and now you restart one more time. And the auto trade did not activate. This is very impressive. So you can interfere without deactivating the auto trade, or you can close position, or you can say long only or short only. And this is really nice. Or if you want to go somewhere, you can pause this auto trade. And now we are going on a rerun one more time. This is really nice. A new signal on the DAX. Buy is a good one. Is a good signal. The CL we had before the DAX, we have the CL before 51.59, 52.08 is the target. And we close the other auto trade on the CL, and this one is picking up long. And there is nothing holding the CL all the way to the 52.07. For Charles, for the Russell, I know you trade the Russell. I don't think so. The Russell is gonna go over the double resistance here. One of the things why it's not gonna go probably farther than that is already they hit the target, the Nasdaq and the YM. I'm not interested in those, but I doubt it very seriously. They are able to cross the 1478, hit the target. It is a long way from home. Not unless if the ES able to cross it and try to test the 2895. Final destination on the ES is 2899. But because the ES and Nasdaq hit the target, I'm not expecting much from the Russell, and actually it will be better to close the Russell. I'm not expecting much in this one. And now you see it got the double reversal. So you Look at this one, guys. It is right at the resistance line, 52.10. It fired the reversal here and here. So if this bar close to the downside, might as well go ahead and close position. The system re-estimate 52.28 at the projection. So now you can see we have a reversal and we have a confirmed fib is 52.10. So there is not much difference between those two. There is 20 ticks actually there are, but I mean this is a very high, and it will be smart to close position. Getting it a little bit tight, either or either. So there we go. We are about to close any second now, either direction. It looked like the market start picking up again uh, because this ES start getting new numbers. So let's give it one more chance. If we want to climb to the 52.30 projection, there we go. Very interesting. Okay, uh, closing position, close position. This was a very beautiful trade. And now let me show you a trick, guys. When you hit the targets like this one here, you know, you can do manual trade if you want to. You can put a sell trade right there at 52.06, reverse the market at 51.75. So this is it can be done, and if you're done with this one, you're done with that one. It's finished. So let's see the YM also. We hit the target. There is nothing. The re-entry point is 59.87, and re-entry point is going to be is way far down. I'm not gonna deal with it. And then on the ES re-entry again, we did go back to the 86 level, like what we did started this morning. So there is not much going on anymore. But we closed it, and look at this little things. Most likely, it's not gonna make it. If it's gonna make it, it's gonna project from the 52.28. So we're not interested anymore on the CL, and it's getting close. As you see, we maximized and took the profit on the CL to the max. Right now, you gotta be careful. There is a re-entry point on the ES at the 28.8975. This is a re-entry point long. On the Nasdaq, we have a re-entry at 75.9025, a re-entry. And then we have 51.85 re-entry point on the CL. For the Russell, also, the Russell is a little bit tricky here on the Russell. This is the re-entry point and this is the resistance. So as you see, the re-entry point as we speak right now is 1477.8, has fell on the projection 1483, but this was a re-entry exactly in line at 147.7. So those are re-entry points at the moment on those future ES, Nasdaq, and Dow Jones. Very, very important, those entry. And as you see, we do not have short. We do not have short, guys. Those are keys. We do not have short yet.